Hey, welcome back. I'm Megan, and in this video I have another trash to treasure where I'm literally taking items I found in the trash that my neighbors were going to throw away and turning it into treasure. Now, I didn't dig through their trash, but I dug around it like curbside. I find some really good stuff in there. Blows my mind, seriously, like mind-blowing to me what people will actually throw away. Today's video is also super special because it's in collaboration with Liz Fenwick DIY, formerly My DIY Home. I love Liz. She's amazing. She does so many trash to treasures, Dollar Tree DIYs, budget tip decorating. You'll find everything on her channel with decorating on a budget and how to decorate as well. So if you're coming from her channel, hey, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you stick around for a while. And if you haven't already, go watch her video after you watch this one. All right, that's enough of my face and talking. Let's go ahead and get started. For the first DIY, we're using this busted old footstool I found in the trash. I think footstools are pretty common though to find at thrift stores as well. I just wasn't sure what I want to do with it. It was in the shape of a heart. It's a weird green color. It had cracks on it, but I finally got an idea. So just twist the legs off. Most furniture like footstools and chairs work this way. And using this matte black spray paint from Dollar General. It was about $1.25, a little bit step up, higher quality than Walmart's 98 cents. And it's not the most matte spray paint I've ever found, but hey, for $1.25, not too bad. Then screwing the legs back on, but I'm not screwing them on all the way because I want to be able to hold them up while I painted them with chalk paint. I'm using Rust-Oleum's linen white chalked paint, and I didn't try to get full coverage, one coat, and this stuff is awesome. It dries 30 minutes or less. When it dries, then I went back and screwed the legs in tightly and made sure they were even. And I even ended up going back and adding a little bit of wood glue just to hold them in place. Taking a sanding block and swiping back and forth just to rough it up a little bit, give it a little bit of dimension, and age it. Totally a personal preference, but because the stool's already cracked, I thought this would kind of go along with the theme and the look. And then when I sand the top, I really focused on the edges first, and then I went back and focused on the cracks to go ahead and embrace the flaws. I got this stencil at Walmart. It came in a pack with a few other cutouts, less than $5, and then just using some painter's tape so I can get my stencil straight. Using a regular plain old pencil first, I just go out and trace the letters. It may not show up that great on camera, but I could see it in real life. And then instead of writing the word heart, I just drew a little heart at the end. This paint pen is from Walmart, less than $3. The only thing I would be careful about is that paint does not dry very fast. I touched it too soon and smeared it, so wait a good hour if you ever use these paint pens. This is my first time. And then I just went back and sanded it to kind of make the letters match the rest of the stool. I've had this on hand, Rust-Oleum's clear gloss matte, just to seal the stool, and it works really well. So this is up close. It doesn't really have a shiny finish, and it seals it, so I can keep it outside, or I may put it by my fireplace. Eventually, I'm probably going to be putting it in my children's bathroom. I don't know, where would you put this stool? If you even like it. I think it's pretty cute. It's unusual, not the most common fall decor, but I think it fits. For the next DIY, anytime I find a frame at a thrift store or in the trash, I snatch it up. This one had been sitting outside for a while. It had some type of burlap or ribbon around it, and I thought it was metal, but I found its gold paper. It reminded me of a gum wrapper. So I peeled that off, took off the backing, and then I scrubbed it down a second time. I always rinse off stuff when I get out of the trash, but this one was like extra grimy, and I wanted to try to get the glue off around the edges, which I was not successful, but that's okay. I want to keep this wood, so my idea is taking the same black matte spray paint, doing a very thin coat, not trying to get full coverage at all over the frame, and then immediately after going back and taking some sandpaper, swiping it all over the frame to remove some of the paint to try to make it look more like a darker stain instead of just being painted. Can you see what I'm talking about here? Next, old blinds. I've used these in DIYs before, and I love it because they easily cut with scissors. They have a wood look to them, but they're very lightweight. Measure down my first plank, and then I use that as a stencil or a layout for my next planks. Once again, it cuts super easy with scissors, which is amazing. Okay, now I got super duper lucky with this frame because I did not have to cut or score the last plank in half. Now, if you do need to do that, I have another DIY Trash to Treasure where I also use these planks and I show how to make it fit to size. And then all you have to do is take some duct tape or any tape really, and then you can easily pull the planks out of the frame. So what I decided to do is write Happy Harvest. I freehanded this. My cursive is not pretty. I didn't want to use the stencils because I wanted something a little bit more fancy, and my cursive isn't that fancy. So I went back over the permanent marker, but to be 100% honest, what I'm most likely going to do is remove those two little blinds with two new ones and find a stencil or a printout I like better because I do not like how my handwriting turned out. Anyways, then all you gotta do is put it back in the frame and hot glue that bad boy down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then you can decorate it with whatever you want. Now this is a wreath I made from Dollar Tree, less than $6 in another DIY. So technically this entire decor, which is 18 by 24 by the way, cost me about $6. I used everything I had on hand, and this wreath I made new a few weeks ago. If I could ever find those little metal harvest cutouts at Dollar Tree, I think that would be super cute on the frame too, but I've never seen those at my Dollar Tree, so I'll keep looking or I'll figure out how to write cursive better. Next, these two bins, buckets, whatever. Now, they're so bright, stark white, which usually I don't mind them being white, but for where I want to put them, I want them to have more of a wood look. So I'm just taking acrylic paint, melted chocolate, and just regular old black acrylic paint, mixing it together and dry brushing it all over my baskets. I do this 2 times and I did have to mix up 2 batches of paint. So you can see there's different paint tones, different dimensions, which is okay. That's more actually kind of helped the look I was going for. And I did that to both baskets. These 3 pumpkins, I got a set of each, are from Walmart. The larger one is $5 and the smaller ones are $3. So not bad for this size. The stems easily pull out and then you can just stick them right back in. So I pulled the stem out. This is a barbecue skewer I got from Dollar Tree for craft supplies a while back. Stick it on both ends. So the 2 smaller ones or 2 shorter ones, I'm using Modern Mint spray paint from Rust-Oleum, had it forever. And I just sprayed them all over. While that was drying, then I just used cheapo Walmart white spray paint and spray painted the taller one. Now this spray paint is like super cheap, so the white did take like 2 coats, but hey, you get what you pay for like 98 cents. Chocolate brown or melted chocolate, same paint I used before. And to kind of make the pumpkins more dimension and tie together, in between the rings, I went and dry brushed paint on all 3 pumpkins. This is a wreath form from Dollar Tree and some raffia from Dollar Tree. Now I got lucky, this wreath fit right on top of the basket, so I just hot glued that bad boy down and then hot glued the raffia on top, not trying to do any pattern. I wanted it to look messy like hay. So it looks ugly now, but it's about to look super cute. Then because I don't want to hot glue the pumpkins because I may want to move them around, I just put the skewer all the way through them and then put the little stem on top for the last one. And I kept the stems for the other 2. And here it is. I think it's super cute by the fireplace. I'm making 2 of these, but I ran out of raffia, so I couldn't make my other basket yet. I just need to go to Dollar Tree and get more of that. And when I went last week, they were out. So maybe I'll go to Walmart. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time, my friend.